Well, there are many, many aspects that are wrong with this law. Let's start that this is, let's say, the first thing that I can put the light on is the timing. Sometimes timing is more important than content. And in this bill, the timing is very problematical. It is also, in my view, a personal bill. And our House of Representatives, the Knesset, is too noble to be bothered by personal...
Personal to protect Prime Minister Netanyahu.
It is personal, look, to protect him, it will, if he is indicted, there is no protection. It is more, I say, to undermine the integrity of the investigating...
Of the police.
Of the police. And I will tell you why. It is not only directly. It is also aimed at the general public. It is to undermine their credibility. What he says to the public, look, we do not want you to know about the recommendation of the police. In some cases of high officials, it is not even allowed to give recommendations. We don't trust them. We want other people to decide about this. And just, I want to complete. And this, what does it say to the general public who are not lawyers, or simple people? Wait a minute, if in this issue the police we cannot trust and we need another eye, what about the general thing? Maybe they conduct investigations not rightly, not justifiably. You know, this is hurting the fundamental basis of the civil society, and this is very dangerous.
Your take, Ellie?
First of all, the Prime Minister Netanyahu excluded himself of this bill. This is first thing. Second thing, as you know, 60% of the indictments goes with nothing. And therefore, I think that everyone can at least keep his good name for himself. The second thing that I want to mention, that former Minister of Justice Amnon Rubinstein supported this bill. The State Attorney General Shai Nitzan supported this bill in the past. Even the Inspector General Al-Sheikh supported this bill until he had become the Inspector General. I can continue. Former Supreme High Court Judge Gabriel Bach supported this bill. The current Supreme High Court Judge Eliakim Rubinstein supported this bill. So to say this is something specifically for Netanyahu, for this current situation, I do not agree. I do not agree, simply.
Okay. I emphasize again, it's about the timing. It's not so much about the context.
The timing being that Netanyahu himself is a suspect in two corruption
probes. It is foreseeing, in my eyes, it may foresee coming up investigations that, in my eyes, are much more severe than the investigations that are conducted now. We, in the protest, we demanded investigation of the gas, yes, and on the issue of the submarines and the marine vessels. Right. And there are may be other subjects. Now, I want to correct my friend here. 80% of recommendations regarding public servants are indicted. Yes, and another thing that I want to say, the chief of police, the general attorney, the head of the prosecution, all of them, and retired high officials from the police, they are against this bill for institutional reasons. It will prolong the investigations. And I want to mention one thing. The essence of starting the investigation and the process of investigation is not forbidden. People, the public knows about it. From the newspapers. So what is the leverage of this?
Of the timing. Why? There's a point there which it could protect Netanyahu from investigations in which some of his associates are currently being investigated. Why do it now, or why not make it go into effect a year from now, 2 years?
One thing in advance before I'm replying to you. I remember what has been done to Yaakov Ne'eman, the former Minister of Justice. I remember what has been done to Rafael Eitan. I remember what has been done, Raful and Ne'eman, I'm not sure, please check yourself. What has been done to Rubi Rivlin, the president. He himself even declared about this kind of issues. Now, why is the timing right now? Because it is very important. We need to correct the system. And if we will not make it right now, who knows when we will make it? And I wonder whether you will support this bill after Netanyahu.
I will support this bill only if it includes only simple citizens, never elected ones.
That's the
never.
whole story in a nutshell.
Never.
One law for Netanyahu and one law for the rest. It
She's
tells a
talking
lot.
about
Not
figures. Is there a
Netanyahu.
point-
Every
Let
public
me ask you.
figure, mayors, you know that in Israel 60 mayors are under criminal investigation. This is
let me ask you, Ellie, to follow up
outrageous.
on that. Is there a legitimacy that public figures who are elected for the most part to public office,
Yes.
there should be transparency when they are the subject
There
of
is a lot of
investigation?
transparency. You can see that almost in a daily basis that mayors and politicians are under investigation. We want only to correct the system, to do it as much as needed to do.
Why
because
to correct something that is not broken?
it's not broken.
It's not broken. 80% of
60% of false
You are-
allegations ended with nothing.
No.
This is a
we
great
are talking
system.
about
Well, you know what?
different
That
statistics.
That may speak to the quality of that wealthy people or politically influenced people can hire better lawyers. That may not simply mean that the police are failing to do their job.
I just look at the results in the end, and I know that everyone has the right to keep his good name.
I agree. But
That's it.
when a politician comes to the public office, he comes from the start with a clean hands. He has to know that if you come under the light of being a civil servant, you will be watched with 10,000 eyes. And while you are serving in your position, you have to be cleaner than white. And therefore, there will be no fear of indictment, of investigations, of nothing. But once, this is not a personal thing. This is a betrayal of the trust of the people.
I want to stop there and give you just 30 seconds to answer. If we're talking about the grander situation, we've seen 4 weeks of protests, tens of thousands of people from Tel Aviv, and this week in Jerusalem. Can you see that this might be part of a bigger trend happening in the public?
I don't think so. And I want to ask one question. I haven't seen these people going to demonstrate against Ehud Olmert who were
I didn't
corrupted.
see you.
What?
I didn't see you.
I've been there, doing the reserve demonstration
I didn't hear
against
about
Olmert. I haven't seen
100,000 people
them.
going with you to protest.
I haven't seen them protesting against Ariel Sharon during the disengagement. What have I seen is one thing. The Labour Party and the left wing joined Ariel Sharon, although they knew he's a corrupted.
I am not
We have to
left
stop
wing.
there. Eli
I
Chazan,
elected-
Sigalit
I
Kesler.
voted for Mr. Netanyahu
Thank you both very
in his
much for
first
being
term,
here.
Just for your knowledge.
I'm very
We'll be
happy.
right back.